Hey everybody, Felix Staffelbaker here. I wanted to talk about how we are really going from a world of the dependent and physical to a world of the faith and digital. And what I mean by that is right now everybody is so dependent on the government. They're waiting on the government to take care of them for, this pandemic, or people who may have lost their job. They're waiting on the government to give them money. They're waiting on the government to tell them it's okay to do things. And, there's definitely times where if somebody knows something that you aren't aware of, experts and things like that, you need to take heed and listen to their advice and see what's going on. But what we're seeing is people develop and have developed now for a couple of generations an unhealthy relationship with government, where if the government decided to pack up and go away, those people would potentially die because they depend on them so hard for everything, to the point of they can't do anything for themselves. And we're really seeing that the government isn't there to help you, or it won't help you whenever the times are actually the toughest and when you actually need them. And so, in addition with that, we've got this whole monetary system that is complete fraud and built on complete nothingness, and is just being debased by the second and into oblivion. And we've got these physical paper notes that everybody is trying to accumulate and fighting over and, killing each other for in wars. It's all over money. It's all over money for oil and resources and other things. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the money itself, because those resources have value to somebody who's willing to put up the physical money for that. And then we've got this whole dynamic of this physical dependence on government with this physical monetary system that's got us completely enslaved physically, mentally, emotionally, and it's just got us all trapped up in these webs. And what we have is this life raft, this escape hatch of crypto, where we go from this system of being dependent on the government and seeing these physical dollars. And if I give you a $10 bill, it's a $10 bill. You grew up when you were a little kid, your parents told you it was a $10 bill, so therefore it's a $10 bill type of thing. And it's ingrained, in you from a child. Well, now we can go to a smart contract and interact with a smart contract with somebody who you may not trust or may not know. And the smart contract, because it's has Ricardian contract, so you can read the clear language of what the code intends to do. You can basically have faith in that smart contract that it will do what it says it will do. And if it says put in $10 and then at X date give $10 to somebody else, or whatever your contract is saying, your contract will do that. And you can have faith that the smart contract will do that. That's part of the new system, where the government, you need direct interaction with your government to tell you everything's okay, and to put you a little bottle in your mouth and cuddle you at night. Where smart contracts and the new system, you have to allow for faith and just trust that what you're doing is going to work on the other end. And not to mention, faith is also the spirituality side of life, where you depending on government is physical, and then you depending on God and spirituality and not anybody on earth, human wise, will free you from that as well. And then we have the digital aspect where all of this, your money, you can hold your money in Bitcoin, and if you have $10 or if you have $10 million, you can hold all of that in one wallet that you control, and you can send all of it, or you can send, a penny of it to anyone, anywhere in the world for a very, very small transaction fee on a digital ledger that's audited by, hundreds of thousands of computers worldwide, and audited repeatedly every transaction. The whole ledger is balanced and audited for every transaction in Bitcoin. And so, we see the digital side where you can just have your phone on you, which everybody already has, and you can pay for everything digitally, with a QR code on your phone. And we're really seeing that these kind of things are starting to be implemented. So we're really going away from the dependence and the physical aspects of governments and just global tyranny in general, and we're being offered the escape hatch to be able to live free in spirituality and faith and in the digital realm. And obviously there's a real clear and present danger that could be used for bad too. So you have to be watching out. Freedom is an ever vigilant task. You have to always constantly be fighting off tyranny and dealing with everything that's trying to impose its will on you against your freedom. So I really think that this opportunity to go into this new type of system, if you're aware of it and you position yourself and adapt and get in before the rest of the world, you can be super prosperous and then be able to fund anything that you've ever dreamed of doing. Otherwise, you may be struggling to afford some hamburger helper just for a meal. So I want to put that out there and get people thinking about what's really at stake here and what's coming down the pike, and it's not too far off. So be thinking about that. Stoffel Baker out.